Hello friends, and welcome back to another in our Horizon Wealth Solutions video series. The timing on this is mid-2022, and my topic is the economy, along with some comments on investment markets. So what a difference a day makes. Actually, not a day, what a difference a year makes. Although sometimes it is a day also. So rewinding back to 2021, the economy was considered good. Unemployment was low, a good thing. Interest rates were low. In fact, people were still sometimes refinancing their mortgages. Supply chain was a bit of an issue, but it was viewed as an annoyance, kind of a temporary thing that would go away. Now roll forward to 2022, this year. We just finished up a first half of the year in the investment markets. It was arguably one of the worst in the last 50 years. It was just not a pretty picture. So why is that? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Think the war in Ukraine, gas prices at the pump that have skyrocketed, sometimes flirting with $7 a gallon. Inflation that has been rampant. I think the official number is 8 or 9%, although my math, when I pay $4.99 for something at the grocery store that's always been $3.99, is a lot more than 8. In any case, things are much more expensive than what we were used to. And of course, and interest rates. Interest rates on mortgages now, somewhere between 5 and 6%. It's a huge increase over a year ago. All of this is making investors and really the whole world feel pretty strapped. And that's been reflected in our stock market valuations, which have gone down considerably. We are definitely in a bear market, which means drops in major indices of more than 20%. And even bonds, which have always been the safe part of the market, haven't really been safe because as interest rates go up, bond values have gone down. So what does all of this mean for us? Is it all doom and gloom? How do we read these markets? Are the issues legitimate? Absolutely, they're legitimate. And we're dealing with some things this year that most likely do matter 5 years from now. But to put things in perspective, and there's a bit of personal opinion in this, but I believe that markets, the big investors in the market, overreact to both good news and bad news. So when life is going well, i.e. as in 2021, it's like nothing can go wrong and things will always be getting better and assets will always be appreciating. And then when we get into down cycles, the fear cycle, I'll call it, what happens there is it becomes doom and gloom. And, life is bad and it's just never going to get better. And the reality is that the good times are not necessarily as good as everyone thinks. And the bad times aren't necessarily as bad. So right now we're in a more challenging season, but that's normal. Life runs in cycles. I get questions from my clients relative to their investments. Well, should I get out of the market? Should I make changes? What should I do? And I don't generally advocate getting out of the market. Markets are very, very difficult to time. You only need to be off by a few hours, maybe a few minutes, and you're host. Relative to portfolio changes, obviously each investor is different. I'm not going to give any sort of one-size-fits-all answer because one size doesn't fit all. But the general advice would be hold the course, ride out the storm. Things do get better. Again, if you go back to the cycle of life, there's ups and downs. Right now, we're in a down in a lot of different ways, market and economy, but things do get better. And the reason that investors invest, and part of the reason that I have a job, or so I quip, is because there's more good years than bad years. So stay the course, and there is hope for the future. Thank you.